Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slim with ETV. In this video, we're going to be doing a quick review of the multi-function jump starter with air compressor built in. Now this is the PS219. And I want to give a big thank you and shout out to them for sending this out free for review. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Small and powerful. Looks like it also has an LED light on it. It's got an inflator pump, emergency starting power. And yeah, so let's go ahead and open this up. It barely fits in frame here. It's pretty big for our studio. Let's see what this looks like. So we'll slide it right out. Nothing else in the box. We can set that off to the side. And here is the carrying case. So this is what you would keep in your car with you. And we'll go ahead and open that up. It's kind of a hard shell case, which is very nice. We have a ton of different inflator tips right here. Very cool. We also have, what is this? We've got the inflator tube itself right here. We also have a USB-A to C cable. And what else? We have two jumper clamps, positive and negative. And we also have, lastly, a little carrying strap. Yes, this is the user manual. So this can be used for soccer balls, basketballs, whatever, ATV wheels, bicycle wheels, motorcycle wheels, cars, and I guess, what is that? Station wagon? So it looks like you can do pretty much everything. We've got an LED spotlight. We've got an air vent, all types of different stuff. So if you need to take a screenshot of this, if you lost yours, there you go. Let's look at the main attraction right here. I was kind of expecting this to be blue based on the package, but looks like it is orange. And wow, this looks really, really heavy duty. It's solid. It's got a nice weight to it. Let's peel this plastic off here. Ooh, look at that screen. Wow, this is nice. Before starting the car, fully charged, please. So they want this thing to be fully charged before you try to use it on your car. We've got a USB-C in and a USB-A out right here. So if you need to charge your phone in an emergency or whatever, you got that. Watch out for burns, it says. All right, what's in here? Is there something in here? Okay, so if you want to use the jump starter portion, you would just put this right in here like that, and then connect these to the terminals on your battery in your car, and you'd be good to go there. Right here, it does say fmooo store, which is interesting. And all right, let's try the light here. All right, so I just pressed the power button there, and let's see if I can press the light. You have to hold it. There we go. Wow, okay. We have a super bright spotlight there. And if I press it again, I've got the side light, which could be super clutch when you're working on your car. It's kind of angled, so that's nice. Press it again. Okay, so you could put this out behind your car too. That is the SOS signal, isn't it? So that's a red light, which is cool. So that will slow down drivers, hopefully, if you were in an issue. And wow, that looks like almost like a police light. I'm gonna turn that off. That's strobe between white and red. That will definitely get other drivers' attention. Now it looks like it came with 50% battery. It's set on car mode. Of course, I can cycle through these. So I'm on bicycle, now I'm on basketball. So car, and what is that? Motorcycle, yeah, bicycle, and then basketball. So cool. Then I can cycle between bar, KPA, kilogram per centimeter squared, and PSI. So I'll keep it on PSI. I'm going to go out and test this, of course, because I'll just go ahead and use it on my car, see if it's all up to snuff, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna move this out of the way real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys how to connect this up. All right, guys, so this is how most of you guys are gonna use this. I personally have another air compressor that I use typically. Works great, it's compact like this, but I think this one's gonna be even better. Now, I use these all the time, especially in winter time. When it gets cold out, the tires naturally lose a little bit of air, and you just have to go ahead and, pump them up a couple PSIs, nothing too crazy. Now, this is the little connector right here, so you just stick that right on, clamp it down, and you're good to go. You just press this button here, so we're gonna power it on here. And then whatever PSI you want it to be set at, you just go ahead and start it up, and it will hit that PSI, supposedly, and it will automatically turn off once it hits there. So the one that I typically use, it's usually off by a couple PSI. So, if I want it at 32, or let's just say I want it at 35 because I want to get a little better gas mileage, I'll have to set it to like 36 sometimes to make it hit 35. So we'll see about this one. I'm gonna go out to my garage and I'll throw in some B-roll and show you guys me using it. Now, if I press this button right now, it's gonna turn on. So I'll show you guys. Super loud. Obviously you don't wanna do that when it's not connected, but for the sake of the video, I wanted to show you guys how loud it is when it's not connected to anything. But of course, this can also double as, a jump starter, like I said. So the ideal situation here is you charge this thing up fully, keep it in your trunk, and then, if you ever need to jump, you can jump your own car, or you can help someone else out if you see them, stranded. And then you can also use this if your tire pressure gets low and pump those up. Or if you go out to, shoot some hoops at a basketball court, bring these with you and you can easily pump up the balls. Maybe someone's, went flat, or maybe the one you had in your trunk doesn't have enough PSI in it, you can go ahead and pump that up as well. Anyways, I'm gonna splice in the footage and we'll end the video there. All right, guys, so I'm out by my car. I've got this in wide angle mode right now. So things might be a little bit distorted, but this way you can see the device. You can also see the wheel itself. Anyways, here is the wheel that we are going to be checking. This is the inflator itself that you just saw in the previous portion of the video. And of course, it comes with the jumper cable and everything. I keep it all in that pouch. Now, before we start anything, I'm gonna test with this known good tire gauge. So I'm going to see what it says that the tire is. Now, this is a cold tire. I have not driven on it yet. I simply put it into my driveway. So let's see what we've got. So we're sitting at about 31.5 right there. Let me do it one more time. 31.5 right there. So let's see what this device says. Now, one downside that I'm already seeing with this device is that this hose is not very long. So I'm gonna have to actually hold this inflator. Now, that's the same as the other inflators that I've tested and that I have, but I'm gonna go ahead and clamp that on there, and I'm gonna power this on. So it is now on. That is what it's going to be set to. I actually want it to be set to about, let's do 34. So let's go ahead and start. So it thinks it's at 32. And there we go. It stops automatically. It says it's at 34 now. And let's go ahead and test it with my known good tire gauge. Boom, that is exactly 34. That is crazy. My other tire inflator that I have tested does not get it right on the money. So this is perfect. This got it exactly up to 34. So I'm gonna put this back on here. And let's move on to one more tire just to make sure this wasn't a fluke. All right, guys, we got one more here. So let's go ahead and unscrew this. Let's do a quick test. According to this, we are right at 30.5. So about 1 PSI less than the other one was. Let's see what the device itself says. Now, this one's a little easier because my valve is near the ground. I don't have to hold the inflator with my hand the whole time, which is kind of cool. So stick it on there and let's power this baby on. There we go. It is now powered on. I guess I am going to have to hold it up here to show you guys. It's still set to 34. So I'm going to set this one actually to 33 because I want the rears to be a little bit less, at least for my car. And I'm going to hit start. All right, that's it. That was pretty quick. Let's go ahead and take it off and let's check it with this one. We are exactly at 33. That is amazing. And just to give you guys some comparison of what I'm actually using to compare this device, I have two other tire inflators. They're both the same brand, but they are both wildly off. Whenever I do this, I usually have to set my inflator to like 36 just to get my tires to 34. So this is super accurate. This was exactly correct. I'm gonna do my other two tires off camera and just make sure that they are all exactly the same, but so far this is looking really good. All right, guys, just to be thorough, I'm actually going to just do this one on camera because I actually have some shade right now. So let's go ahead and check this one. What are we at? This is another front. Whoops. We are at about 31, if you guys can see that. So let's go ahead and see what this thing thinks we're at. So we're gonna set this one actually up to 34 because this is another front. And let's see what it thinks we're at. So we'll give it a second. It thinks we're at 31.5, which is pretty close. Let's start it up. Let's see what it gets to. All right, we are at 34 according to this. So let's pop this off and let's check it. Interesting, this one is saying we are at 33, so we are not quite there yet. Let's put this back on and see what the issue might be. It's off by 1 PSI, which is not bad, but I'm curious as to why this one is a little bit off compared to the others. So the only difference is I put this one on pretty far. So let's try this way. Let's just see what we get here. So we're gonna set it to 34. and let's see what it thinks it's at. 33. Okay, so this might be my bad. I pushed this thing all the way as far as I could on the stem. This time I just did it until it kind of stopped itself. So maybe that's the correct way to do this. Everyone's car is going to be a little different probably. Go ahead and let her rip. All right, 34. Let's pull it off. Now let's give it a test. We are at exactly 34. Check that out. Perfect. So I think that was user error. I pushed it way too hard on here, so I just need to get it on there till it's snug, lock it down, clamp it down, and that's it. There you go, guys. Obviously, I can't test the jump starting portion because my car is not dead, and I believe if you jump start a car battery that does not have any issues, I think it can harm the battery, so I'm not gonna do that. But you guys can check other reviews for that, but overall, this tire inflator is actually better than both of the other two that I've been using for years. So I am very impressed with that. Even if you just bought this as a tire inflator alone, I think you'd be pretty happy with it. The only thing I think that they could do is make this a little bit longer. But of course, if they make this longer, then it's gonna be, you know, harder to keep compact, but it would make it a little easier. But for most people, you're only gonna be using this a couple times a year. So it's really not that big of a deal. Now, of course, it's got the flashlight on it, which is super useful. And it can also charge your phone right here, which is great to see. So if you're looking for an all-in-one jump starter, phone battery charger, and tire inflator, this might be the one to check out. Links to it down below. Big thank you and shout out to them for sending this out free for review. If you like the video, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.